So, a lot of you have had some questions about how to use Substack. I know that you're new to Substack, that you came by way of my invitation, and I thought I would give you a quick little tutorial on how to understand Substack and, in particular, how to view what I've posted. The first thing to bear in mind is that Substack is a platform that's designed for long-form creation. In other words, not short snippets like we find on Facebook, and I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons to Facebook, but rather long-form pieces where they go for pages, and the expectation is that you'll want to read the whole thing. You're not just scrolling through the latest post. And that's what distinguishes it from Facebook, and it shares a lot of things in common with Facebook, but unfortunately it mixes up some of the jargon, which is what makes it confusing. So the first thing I want to say is that there's both a web interface and an app interface to Substack. Substack is going to encourage you to use the app. I'm going to encourage you to use the web interface because it's much easier to navigate and read. There are a couple of things that you won't get on the web interface, but they're easy to get to on the app when you want them. It's not like you need them all the time. So again, I'm going to be focusing for now on how to use the web interface. And that simply means going to substack.com or healingmonsters.substack.com, which will take you to my particular Substack. But let's look at the generic one first. So you can see up here, we're at substack.com/home. It's where you'll go. And it gives you a generic opening page. This is a lot like Facebook. These are what Substack calls notes. So these are short form things that people will write. Sometimes there's videos, there's suggestions. This is very Facebook-ish. And notes are something that we creators use to try and draw people to our stacks, but it's not where something important happens. In fact, you'll all see they all have this thing, subscribe button, which is what they're trying to get you to do. So this is what you'll see on the homepage, and it's basically a bunch of short form, what they call notes, to try and entice you to subscribe to their stack. Now, virtually every Substack, everyone I know, puts most of their content up for free. They just ask you to subscribe. And then there's almost always a paid tier, which I've done as well, where there's extra material to be given. But for now, bear in mind that you could follow any of these just by subscribing. All right? And that's what you find here. Now, the point of confusion of terminology comes in that Facebook talks about posts. These look like a Facebook post. What Substack calls a post is that long-form content. So let's have a look at one of mine. Here's the Geniza ritual, and you can see it's a long post this is actually a short one. It's got a click to open up a special talisman sheet I developed for you all. But it's not something you would expect to scroll through in just a moment or two. So that's a post, and these are notes. Over to the left here, if you're not a creator, you're not going to see all of these, but you will definitely see subscriptions. And subscriptions are all the posts of Substacks that you've subscribed to. So I've just subscribed to this one called How Healing Happens, but here's mine, Healing Monsters, and you can see each one has a separate entry. So these are all posts. Let's have a look at this one. And again, a long form post with lots of stuff that I think is worth taking the time to read. And you can always leave a comment if you like. You can also restack. That means like forwarding it to another stack that you have or that you like. Okay, so in this subscriptions view, you see all the individual posts of subscriptions that you've subscribed to. Now, you might want to say, well, gee, I'm only interested at this moment at Healing Monsters. I want to see what they've done. Well, you can click on the name of the Substack, and it takes you to the home page of this stack. Now, if you look up here, that's healingmonsters.substack.com. So if you know you only want to go and look at what Healing Monsters has to offer, you can just put that in, healingmonsters.substack.com, and you've got it all. And here what you have are all the posts I've made. They only started a few weeks ago, so there's not many yet. This is the most recent one. And you can see here you can sort by chronology, the latest. You can sort by which one's been viewed the most, or you can sort by which ones have discussions. But that's what you're going to see on the homepage. It's the list of all the things I've posted, and you would see more if there were more to see, but they're not. These are the notes I've posted. Remember, those look like Facebook posts. So those are the short form things that I've put up from time to time to entice people to join. These are the chats I've had. That's the one thing you're going to probably want to do on the app, but you can also do it on the web. And here's the chats that I've been a part of, or that I've offered. But let's go back. Okay, so here we are back again. Archive, if I had archived some and no longer wanted them to be active, you'd see them here. But again, you're going to get everything you need just by going to the home page. And about is a little bit of a bio of me and also what the Substack is about. Here's my little bio. So hopefully that makes it easier to think about how you navigate around Substack. If all you're interested in at the moment is this particular Substack, then you go to that Substack, healingmonsters.substack.com. If you want to have a look of everything that's going on, then you can go to substack.com, and there's an interesting picture. You can scroll through the little posts that people make. On the right-hand side, here's a way of searching for new stacks, my most recent things I've looked at, and then new Substacks that seem to be getting a lot of attention. But this page, the home page, is their promotion page. So if you just wanted to go to my Substack, you'd either hit subscriptions and then the Healing Monsters, which take me to the home page, or just the healingmonsters.substack.com. Now, the last thing I'll say is that everybody should be getting an email notice whenever I post something to Substack. A few of you don't seem to be getting it, and I've double-checked. Every post I make is being sent out, but you might have something at your end that's preventing it. The easiest way to fix that is to add Healing Monsters at substack.com to your address book. And if you do that, then your email server will not send it to spam, but it will put it somewhere where you can find it. That's, I think, the most logical explanation of why some of you aren't seeing this. And it might be appearing in spam. If you're a Gmail subscriber, it might be appearing in a different folder. But just search for Healing Monsters at substack.com, and you should find everything that's come from me. If not, please let me know. And thank you again for subscribing. That's it.